This is a demonstration of the Infrastructure Guard app, and to do that, what I'll be doing is showing you a topology with 3 switches, all monitored by OpenFlow, and they're OpenFlow hybrid switches, which will forward normally. Each switch is configured with an IP address 10.0.0.1, 10.0.0.2, and 10.0.0.3. What I'll do is disable OpenFlow to remove one switch from the topology. And then I'll show you how connected end hosts will be able to communicate with the switch infrastructure devices. The hosts are 10.0.0.11, 10.0.0.33, and 10.0.0.55. Now, as you can see here, the end host can ping and otherwise communicate with each infrastructure device and also to other hosts on the network. I'll go ahead and show the OpenFlow flow configuration for each switch, and you'll see that there are 4 total flows installed, and then on the switch with OpenFlow disabled, there are 0 flows installed. Now, as we go in and enable the Infrastructure Guard app, what you'll see is that the end host will no longer be able to communicate with the infrastructure, but will still be able to communicate with each other. So going back and showing the OpenFlow flows, you'll see that we've added a few flows as part of our Infrastructure Guard app functionality. A detailed view of one of those flows is viewable by showing the flows that are installed on a specific edge port. Any flows that match a MAC address and come in on a non-infrastructure port, where the MAC address is one of the infrastructure port MAC addresses, will disallow that communication. You can see the host can still ping other end hosts, but when it tries to ping the infrastructure, it's unable to ping the hosts that are, or the infrastructure devices that are managed by OpenFlow. However, it still can ping one of the infrastructure devices that is not managed by OpenFlow. The infrastructure devices can still ping each other, but they can't ping infrastructure devices that are not managed by OpenFlow. So I'll go ahead and enable OpenFlow on that 3rd infrastructure device. We'll see it show up and then discover the link to the other infrastructure devices. And then when we come back to the previous infrastructure device that could not manage, or that could not reach the 3rd infrastructure device, now it can, and we've added an additional OpenFlow flow. On the middle infrastructure device, there are no additional flows, and on the 3rd infrastructure device, which we added, there are 6 additional flows. Flows need to be installed on each edge port to ensure that the communication to the infrastructure is disallowed. And you can see we've gone from communication being allowed to communication being disallowed from an edge port. Now, coming back in, we'll go ahead and disable the Infrastructure Guard app, and you'll see that normal communication, which allows communication directly with the infrastructure, is allowed from end hosts. There, the end host can once again communicate with the infrastructure.